These are the 7 tools, AI tools, that I use every day. The first one, and I probably actually do use the most, is this one here, you can see, called AudioPen. And you just talk into AudioPen and it transcribes your text and tidies it up in various versions. So this version here, that's my initial transcript, slightly tidied up in AudioPen. Then I asked it to do dot points, which it did in this one, and then I asked it to do a summary, which it did in this one. So that took me 10 minutes to talk about that. I'd been thinking about it for a while and I'd worked out the tools I wanted, but 10 minutes to do that, another minute to do that, another minute to do that. Then the second one I use is Grammarly. Now, I use the paid version simply because it really is worth it. It uses AI to learn your writing style, and it helps tidy up your writing and catch errors. So if I look here, this is the original AudioPen, and you'll see the wriggly lines are what Windows catches, which is usually bugger all. But Grammarly will make suggestions like this, and I've already got through this, but basically it's got rid of that. It will say, instead of that sentence, Grammarly is a must-have for anyone who writes anything on the web, which is a much better version. It's tidying this up, this one here. So that's the version which you can, there's a link to, that is my original AudioPen. And then this is the version that Grammarly tidied up, and it keeps on looking through things, but it thinks you should do that. But that's the tidied up version, of which I also have a link. But then my third favourite tool is called Lex, and Lex is yet another version. So I've put the Grammarly tidied up version in here. I have asked Grammarly not to interfere at this stage, but sometimes it does. Then I click on this checks here, and I'm not going to worry about checking it for grammar, but I will check it for brevity and readability. You can check a whole lot of other stuff, but I'm just going to go these 2 things here to show you the power of this. So I run that. I'm going to ignore that one because that's my title. Ignore that one. So they're saying here Grammarly is essential, which, yes, is much better. So I'm going to change that. Who writes anything, it doesn't always get it right, but who is writing on the web. So I'll put that, and I'll change it to that. So Grammarly is essential for anyone writing online. The free version is okay, yeah, that's worth having, but the paid version is better. So I'll reject that because I do want it far better. It uses AI that learns from your writing style, so that's shorter and really worthwhile doing. So I can go through this whole thing deciding which suggestions it makes that I want to have. Then I can click on readability. Usually I'd go through brevity first. Well, yeah, that's a far better thing, isn't it? Readability. AudioPen uses AI to transcribe it. So I'll change that. And you can go through all of those. So that takes about another 10 minutes, by which time I've got a very well-written article, which will be the final text version. The next one I use is called Perplexity. Is a ChatGPT equivalent, and I'm using a free version at the moment of this. It gives you real-time information from the web. I was using this thing called magi.co. So it just gave me an absolutely up-to-date summary of the benefits and areas of excellence and potential pitfalls. So that's really, really handy for that. I still use ChatGPT. I've got a paid version of that, and I use Claude. Claude and Perplexity all got free versions. They each are slightly different, and it's sometimes worth running the same thing through each version. The other one I use is called recall cards. So what you do with recall cards is you can get a video or a PDF, and these are the ones I've done, but if I click on that, that's about a 45-minute PDF. I just clicked in, put that into there and asked it to summarise. So it gives me a full summary of that, quite a long, really excellent summary. I think the best summariser of a video that I've seen so far. Some of the others, Claude and Perplexity, I think will summarise videos. Sometimes ChatGPT will, but this is the best one I've seen at the moment. The final one I use all the time, this is one called Sana.ai. This summarises all your Zoom and Google meetings. It gives you an excellent summary plus dot points and action items, and you can also have all these other AI things here, and it also gives you a low-res version of the video, so you can go through that and look at that. So that's my 7 favourite AI tools as at today. This area is changing so much that I keep changing what I like. I experiment with a whole lot of them. These are the ones I find the most valuable for me.